Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to this video segment. In this video segment, we shall multiply a polynomial by a monomial. Now, we have an idea of what a monomial is, a binomial, a trinomial, tetranomial, pentanomial, and the rest of them. I encourage you to view the videos on polynomials and types of polynomials prior to viewing this video. You can still understand what this is, but that is fine. It's good if you start the video from the beginning to have a general idea of what a polynomial is. Here in number 1, we multiply a monomial times a trinomial. That's a monomial, that's a trinomial. In number 2 is a monomial times a trinomial. Okay. Monomial is a polynomial of one term. Trinomial is a polynomial of 3 terms. Here is a monomial times a trinomial. Here is a monomial times a trinomial. And here is a monomial times a binomial. Binomial is a polynomial of 2 terms. Bi. Okay. Now, let's go ahead with number 1. I will explain 3 ways in which you can multiply that, and whichever way that you feel more comfortable with, you go with it. You know, I like to kind of give you several ways you can do it, and whichever way is better for you, go with that. Okay. Now, in this first way, which I prefer to do, you see that we have a monomial, 1 term, and we have 3 terms here. Okay, we have 3 terms here. Now, let's look at these 3 terms here for a while. Let's kind of deviate for a while. We have these 3 terms here. What is the first term? The first term is x squared. That's the first term. The second term is negative x. Not just x, but negative x. The second term in this is not only x, but negative x. If it has a negative included with it, it is important. And the third term is negative 5, not 5. The third term is negative 5, not 5, not just 5. So this is something that I kind of want to illustrate here before we now begin. Okay, now how do we solve this? We just multiply this monomial by each term. We do 4x times x squared. Then we do 4x times negative x. Each term we multiply the monomial by each term of the trinomial. Then 4x times negative 5. So this will give us what? Now, you know, in the multiplication, that's why it's good to also look at exponents, the rule of exponents. The rule of exponents. Remember, if we have 4x times x squared, it is the same thing as saying 4 times x squared. And of course, x times x squared, this is 1 here. This is 4 times x, 1 plus 2. Remember the rule of exponents. We did exponents the other time. Please look at the video. And then this will now be 4 times x3, x cubed, which is now 4x cubed. So this is the answer to this. 4x times x squared to give you 4x cubed. If you want to explain it, to break it down. Now, what if we do this one? 4x times negative x. So this means 4 times x. Now, it's kind of sometimes good to separate the variables and the constants, to kind of separate it. Times negative 1 times x. Negative x means negative 1 times x. That is what it means. So this is now 4 times negative 1. Get the constants together and get the variables together. 4 times negative 1 times x. And this will now give you negative 4 times x squared. Remember, this is 1 plus 1. So you can now say 1 plus 1. Negative 4 times x, 2, x squared, negative 4x squared. So that is for this. So we have this to be 4x cubed, and we have this to be negative 4x squared. And of course, if you do this one, this is 4 times x times negative 5. 4 times x times negative 5. I can show it to you here. So you see, this means 4x times negative 5 means 4 times x times negative 5, which is 4 times negative 5 times x, which is negative 20 times x, which is negative 20x. So this is negative 20x. So when you now get all this, remember, if you recall in the video we did earlier, addition and subtraction of polynomials, you will see that these variables, this is x cubed, this is x squared, this is x. So they are not identical variables, which means that they don't have the same base and the same exponent. So if they had the same base and the same exponent, then you now add or subtract as the case may be. But they do not have the same, they have the same variable, which is x, the same base. They have the same base, which is x, but different exponents. The exponent here is 3, exponent here is 2, exponent here is 1. So what will be our final answer? Our final answer will now be 4x cubed minus 4x squared minus 20x. Please, when you are writing your final answer, if you are using this method, write as is. Do not come and put plus minus 4x squared plus minus 20x. That is confusing. When you see two signs, you have to make it one sign. When you see one sign, it's easy. Don't make it two signs. Some students will come and write plus 4x cubed plus negative 4x squared plus negative 20x. It's confusing unless you know what you're doing, right? The way I will teach you is write as is. When you have taken care of these here, the first term, second term, and third term, whatever you get, write as is. Don't come and start adding your own signs plus. No, just write as is. And this is the final answer, that's it. Now, if you don't like this method, we still have another one we call the vertical method. Just like you do your multiplication, right? Like let's say you're doing 24 times 5. And you do 5 times 4 is 20, you write 0, carry over 2, 5 times 2, 10 plus 2, 12. You know, in this case, it follows the same approach, right? So we just do 4x times negative 5 gives us negative 20x. We write it like that. Then 4x times negative x will give us negative 4x squared. Then 4x times x squared will give us positive 4x cubed. And that's the answer. I mean, some people would like to do the vertical method that way. And if I want to kind of break this down to explain it more, 4x times negative 5, which is negative 20x, then 4x times negative x, which is negative 4x squared, and then 4x times x squared, which is 4x cubed. Okay, it still gives you the same thing, whichever one. Here you see we started from the front. Vertical method, we started from the back to multiply. Still gives us the same thing. Now, for this lesson, from questions 2 through 5, I will be using this method. I prefer it. Yeah, but if you like vertical method, if you prefer vertical method, there's no problem. All you need to do is you pause the video, pause it, do your own vertical method, and then continue to make sure that we get the same answer. Okay? If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. If you're wrong, ask me a question and you learn the right thing. Okay? All right. Now, some other people might do this way. Some other people might some people are kind of visual and kinesthetic as well. They want you to see, show them, you know. So they might just come and do like this. First of all, do like this, 4x times x squared. And it's kind of pretty much what I do here. Then after that, they do like this again. Let me use a different marker. How about it? Let me use a different marker. So they might come and do like this first, 4x times x squared, right? Then they do like this again, 4x times negative x, and then they do again like this, 4x times negative 5. And they write as this. Now some people might do it this way. Some people might do it this way. This is 4x times x squared. And the next one, they write again, x squared minus x minus 5. 4x times negative x. And then the last one, they write again, (4x times negative 5). I mean, whichever way is better for you, that's fine. Whichever way is better for you, that's fine. And you add as this. So, but for these other questions, we will be using this method, this one. Okay? So let's go ahead and do number 2.